Have you ever wondered how love, loyalty, and trust can withstand the ultimate test of betrayal? In this deeply emotional story, we dive into the lives of Ana and Diego, a couple whose seemingly perfect marriage unravels under the weight of temptation and deception. As they face the pain of betrayal, they embark on a journey of forgiveness, self-discovery, and the hard work of rebuilding a love that was once broken. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. Your support means a lot, so if you find value in this video, please give it a thumbs up to help spread our message. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on today's topic. If you enjoy the content, please comment 1 below. If it doesn't resonate with you, leave a 0. Your feedback is crucial as it helps me create better videos that align with your interests. Now, let's get started. In the quiet depths of a night where the air feels heavy with secrets and unspoken truths, the story of a marriage unfolds, one bound by the delicate threads of trust but torn apart by the irresistible pull of temptation. It's a tale not just of two people but of the complicated dance between love, loyalty, and the deep, painful emotions that can reshape a relationship forever. This is a story where promises once made in sincerity are slowly unraveled by the weight of betrayal, and wisdom emerges only through the raw fire of human suffering. Ana and Diego lived in a peaceful neighborhood, their home bathed in the soft glow of starlight, which seemed to reflect the love and partnership they had carefully built over the years. To anyone looking from the outside, their marriage appeared perfect, an ideal union forged through years of shared joys, challenges, and whispered promises. It was as if their love was an exquisite painting, the brushstrokes delicate and full of beauty. But just like any masterpiece, it was not immune to the wear and tear of time, nor the unpredictable storms of life that could leave cracks even in the most seemingly unshakable foundations. Diego, a man blessed with success and good looks, found great fulfillment in his demanding career. However, the happiness he once derived from his marriage had slowly slipped through his fingers. The pressures of his job, with its endless meetings and relentless stress, created a gap in his heart, one that even Anna's love could not fully fill. And then, as fate would have it, during a conference in a distant city far from the eyes of his wife, Diego crossed paths with Valeria, a woman who radiated an intoxicating combination of mystery and passion. Her smile was bewitching, holding promises that were both thrilling and dangerous, and her gaze seemed to offer both heaven and hell. In this unexpected meeting, two souls, each lost in their own way, found solace in each other's presence. Diego, in his moment of weakness, succumbed to desire, allowing infidelity to creep into his heart like a poison. It wasn't a sudden betrayal, but rather a gradual surrender to the allure of something new, something forbidden. His life became a delicate balancing act, teetering on the edge of responsibility and reckless longing. By day, he played the role of a devoted husband, but by night, he lived with the intoxicating secret of Valeria, hiding this dark truth like a forbidden treasure. Meanwhile, Ana, blissfully unaware of the storm brewing in her own home, continued to weave her dreams of a future with Diego, their lives intertwined like vines destined to grow together. She saw no shadows lurking in the corners, no hint of the betrayal that would soon shatter her world. Her heart remained open, her trust unshaken, as she envisioned a life filled with love and partnership, never suspecting that the very foundation of their marriage had already started to crack. But as they say, the truth has a way of surfacing, no matter how deeply it is buried. It began with something small, an unfamiliar number on Diego's phone, a message that made no sense. It was enough to tip the fragile balance, and suddenly, the carefully constructed facade of their marriage came crashing down, leaving only rubble in its wake. Anna's heart broke, her trust shattered into pieces, and she was left drowning in a sea of hurt, anger, and confusion. The man she had loved and trusted had betrayed her in the most profound way. Ana spent countless sleepless nights, her pillow wet with tears, asking herself over and over where things had gone wrong. How had the pillars of their once strong marriage crumbled so easily? She searched for answers in the dark corners of her mind, desperate to understand how their love had been lost to the tides of temptation and secrecy. Diego, too, was consumed by guilt and regret. but the damage had been done, and the scars left behind were deep. In this heartbreaking story, one cannot help but feel the weight of the emotions involved. The crushing disappointment, the agonizing betrayal, and the bittersweet memories of a love that once was. It serves as a painful reminder that even the strongest relationships can be vulnerable to the forces of time, temptation, and human frailty. In the quiet hours of reflection, where her mind wandered through the memories and emotions of her broken marriage, Anna stumbled upon a truth that pierced her heart but also set her free. She came to understand that love is not a possession, not something to be controlled or tightly held. Rather, it is a daily decision, a conscious choice to remain connected, even when the storms of life make it hard to see clearly. Love, in its purest form, isn't about ownership or perfection. It is about two souls who commit to walking a shared path, despite the countless obstacles that may appear along the way. The realization hit her like a wave. True love is fragile yet powerful, delicate yet enduring, and it requires the courage to choose each other over and over again. If you are still watching this video, and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. At the same time, Diego was grappling with his own crisis of identity, trapped in the abyss of guilt and regret over the choices he had made. In his pursuit of fleeting passion, he had lost sight of what truly mattered. His infidelity, born out of a moment of weakness, had cost him everything: his integrity, his marriage, and the woman he had once vowed to cherish above all else. As he stared into the wreckage of his actions, he realized that the thrill and excitement of his affair had been nothing more than an illusion. The happiness he sought in the arms of another woman was shallow, temporary, and ultimately destructive. The passion had faded quickly, leaving only a hollow emptiness in its wake. In this dark moment, Diego saw the full weight of his betrayal and understood that true fulfillment doesn't come from chasing fleeting emotions or satisfying selfish desires. Happiness is built on a foundation of trust, loyalty, and respect, the very things he had carelessly discarded. With the enormity of his mistakes pressing down on him, Diego knew he had to face the consequences of his actions. Swallowing his pride, he approached Anna with a heart full of remorse. He confessed everything: the lies, the betrayal, the shame he had been carrying for so long. His voice trembled as he laid bare his sins, knowing full well that the truth could cost him everything. But in that moment of raw vulnerability, something unexpected happened. Anna, despite the deep pain she felt, saw in Diego's confession a glimmer of hope. It wasn't that she could easily forgive him or that her heart wasn't shattered, but his willingness to confront the truth and admit his wrongs opened a door she hadn't expected to find. In the raw honesty of his confession, Anna glimpsed the possibility of healing, a path forward that, while difficult, wasn't entirely closed. The days that followed were full of anguish, doubt, and difficult conversations. Anna and Diego found themselves standing at a crossroads, uncertain of what their future would hold. But they made a choice: to face their brokenness together rather than apart. It wasn't an easy decision, and it certainly wasn't one that came without fear. Anna wrestled with her emotions, struggling to trust again, but she also knew that forgiveness, when given freely, had the power to transform. She realized that forgiveness isn't a sign of weakness or submission. It's an act of incredible strength. It's choosing to rise above the pain, to reclaim control over one's own heart, and to let go of the bitterness that could otherwise poison the soul. For Diego, the path to redemption was steep and uncertain, but he was willing to do whatever it took to repair the damage he had caused. He had learned, through the echo of his mistakes, that loyalty and integrity were the cornerstones of a fulfilling life, and he was determined to rebuild those values, not just for Anna but for himself as well. He knew that regaining Anna's trust would take time, patience, and consistent effort, but he was willing to put in the work, understanding now that true love requires not just words, but actions that align with those words. Together, Anna and Diego began to rebuild the shattered pieces of their marriage, brick by brick. It was not a simple process, nor was it free from setbacks, but they moved forward with determination. They learned that the cracks in their relationship could be healed, not by pretending they weren't there, but by acknowledging them, learning from them, and filling them with stronger, more resilient love. Their journey toward healing required a mutual commitment to transparency, honesty, and the willingness to confront their own individual flaws. It was a path that demanded courage. Courage to face the past, courage to embrace an uncertain future, and courage to love again despite the fear of being hurt. As they navigated this new chapter, Ana and Diego discovered that the true beauty of love lies not in its perfection but in its resilience. Their love had been tested, broken, and nearly lost, but in their decision to fight for each other, they found a deeper, more meaningful connection. They realized that love is not invincible, but it can withstand the harshest storms when nurtured with care. It is not about avoiding mistakes, but about learning from them, growing together, and recommitting to each other when things get difficult. Their renewed relationship was built on stronger foundations: trust, vulnerability, and an unwavering dedication to each other's happiness and well-being. They understood that while their love had been fragile, it was also indestructible in its ability to grow stronger through adversity. In choosing to forgive, Ana found her own strength, and in owning his mistakes, Diego rediscovered his own values. Together, they emerged from the darkness, holding on to a love that was no longer about perfection, but about the daily choice to love, support, and forgive each other, no matter what life threw their way. In the end, they realized that love isn't a fairy tale. It's a journey, filled with highs and lows, beauty and pain. And in that realization, they found peace, knowing that their love, though imperfect, was worth fighting for. In the silence of their shared pain, Ana and Diego uncovered a truth deeper than either had imagined, a truth hidden in the tangled web of their scars, broken dreams, and fragile hopes. Their journey, once marked by love and loyalty, had now taken a detour through betrayal and heartbreak. But through it all, they found that the deepest wisdom comes not from avoiding mistakes but from facing them head-on. In the darkest moments of their relationship, they came to understand that love is not an unbreakable force. It is a choice, a deliberate, sometimes agonizing, choice to stay and fight for each other, even when everything seems lost. After Diego's painful confession, Ana felt as though the world around her had stopped. Time, which once moved with the comforting rhythm of their shared life, seemed to freeze. The words Diego spoke shattered her reality, and she was left standing in the wreckage of what she thought had been an unshakable marriage. Her heart, now bruised and torn, struggled to find a voice that could speak the words of forgiveness, and yet she could not ignore the small, persistent glimmer of hope that refused to die within her. This hope, though fragile, was like a flickering flame in the darkness of her despair, offering her the possibility of healing where she thought only pain existed. In the days following Diego's confession, Ana's emotions swung wildly between anger, sadness, confusion, and an overwhelming sense of loss. The shadows of the past haunted her every thought, replaying moments of doubt and betrayal in an endless loop. Yet, despite the chaos of her emotions, Ana found herself clinging to that faint glimmer of hope, wondering if it was possible to rebuild what had been destroyed. She knew that if she chose to move forward, it would require more strength than she had ever known. But she was also aware that holding on to the pain would only destroy her from the inside out. For Diego, the weight of his actions felt unbearable. He had thrown away the trust and love Ana had given him for the fleeting thrill of desire, and now he was left with the crushing guilt of knowing he had deeply wounded the woman he loved. His heart, once full of pride and confidence, now felt heavy with shame. Diego had thought he could escape the consequences of his choices, but the truth had a way of surfacing, and now he had to face the reality of what he had done. Each day, he wrestled with the question of whether he could ever make amends, whether Ana could ever forgive him, or whether the damage was simply too great to repair. In a moment of vulnerability, Diego knelt before Ana, his voice trembling with regret. He confessed everything: his affair, his lies, his shame. He asked for her forgiveness, knowing full well that he had no right to expect it. It was the hardest thing he had ever done, laying bare his deepest failures before the woman he had vowed to protect. And in that raw moment of truth, something shifted. Ana, though still deeply hurt, saw in Diego's eyes a man who was not asking for pity, but for a chance to make things right. It was in that moment that Ana realized the path forward, though difficult and uncertain, might still be possible. The road to healing was long and filled with countless challenges. Ana and Diego knew they couldn't simply pick up the pieces of their old life and pretend nothing had happened. They had to rebuild their relationship from the ground up, brick by brick, with each word spoken, each gesture made, becoming part of the new foundation they were trying to create. Couples therapy became a lifeline for them, giving them a space to confront the hurt, anger, and distrust that had taken root. Through endless, often painful conversations, they began to unravel the complexities of their relationship, laying bare the wounds that had been left to fester. But the journey was far from smooth. Every step forward seemed to come with new obstacles. The shadow of distrust followed them wherever they went, lurking in the background of every conversation, every interaction. Anna's mind, now plagued by insecurities, constantly questioned whether Diego could betray her again. She struggled to find peace, her heart torn between the desire to trust him and the fear of being hurt again. Meanwhile, Diego carried the heavy burden of guilt, knowing that it was his actions that had brought them to this place. He worked tirelessly to regain Anna's trust, but the road to redemption was steep, and he feared that no matter how hard he tried, it might never be enough. In the midst of their struggles, however, Ana and Diego found moments of hope. They began to reconnect with the memories of the happy times they had once shared, the days when their love had been pure, uncomplicated, and full of joy. They remembered the laughter that had filled their home, the dreams they had nurtured together, and the quiet moments of comfort they had found in each other's presence. These memories, though bittersweet, served as a reminder of what they had once had and what they still could have if they were willing to fight for it. Little by little, the scars of their past began to heal. The wounds, though still visible, became less painful with time. Ana and Diego came to understand that forgiveness is not about erasing the past, but about learning from it. It is not a single act, but a continuous process, a daily choice to move forward, even when the road ahead is uncertain. They learned that healing takes time, patience, and an unwavering commitment to each other. Slowly, they began to rebuild their trust, not through grand gestures, but through small, consistent acts of love and care. As they moved forward, Ana and Diego discovered a new depth to their relationship, one that was forged not in the absence of pain, but in the overcoming of it. They learned to appreciate the fragility of love and the strength it takes to hold on to it, even when everything seems to be falling apart. Their relationship, once built on the illusion of perfection, was now grounded in the reality of their shared humanity. They understood that happiness is not a final destination, but a journey, one that is marked by both joy and sorrow, but made richer by the presence of the other. In the end, Ana and Diego's story became one of redemption, not because they had avoided pain, but because they had faced it together. They had been tested by the darkest parts of their own hearts, and yet they had emerged stronger, more resilient, and more deeply connected than ever before. Their love, though imperfect, had survived the storm, and in that survival, they found a new kind of beauty, one that was not about never falling, but about always choosing to rise together. And in that choice, they discovered the true meaning of love. In the lingering echoes of Ana and Diego's journey, a profound reflection on the fundamental values that shape and sustain human life emerged. Their story, though filled with heartache and betrayal, illuminated the truth that real love is not defined by its perfection but by its resilience in the face of imperfection. Love, they discovered, isn't flawless. It doesn't glide through life without stumbling. Instead, its power lies in its ability to endure, to weather the storms of pain, doubt, and temptation, and come out on the other side stronger, more grounded, and more real. Loyalty, too, took on a deeper meaning for them. No longer was it just an empty promise made on their wedding day, nor was it simply the absence of infidelity. Loyalty, they realized, was a daily commitment, an ongoing choice to rise above temptation, to resist the easy path of selfish desires, and to prioritize each other's well-being above all else. It meant choosing each other in moments of anger, confusion, and fear, and reaffirming that choice again and again, even when it felt hardest to do so. And so, dear friends, as Ana and Diego reached the twilight of their days together, they found themselves more united than ever before. The trials they had endured had not broken them. Instead, they had forged a bond that was stronger and more unshakable. The trust that had once been shattered was rebuilt through their commitment to understanding, honesty, and forgiveness. In the light of their redemption, they found wisdom, a wisdom that taught them the most important lesson of all. Light can always be found in the darkness, hope can rise from despair, and love can flourish in forgiveness. In the eternal tale of their love, they found an eternal truth. No matter how dim the flame may grow, true love never dies. It flickers, it bends, but it never extinguishes. Instead, it burns with a renewed intensity, lighting the way to a future filled with infinite possibilities. Their story is more than just a narrative of two people navigating the trials of marriage. It is a powerful testament to the values that sustain human relationships. In Ana and Diego's journey, we are reminded of the power of forgiveness, not as a simple act, but as a process that requires strength, humility, and a deep understanding of the human heart. Through their experiences, they revealed that redemption is not something we are given, but something we earn by facing our own weaknesses with courage and a willingness to change. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Their story also forces us to confront the fragility of trust, something so easily broken yet so hard to rebuild. In a world where temptation and betrayal seem to lurk around every corner, their journey reminds us of the importance of nurturing loyalty and mutual commitment in our relationships. Trust is not a given. It is cultivated through small, everyday actions, through moments of vulnerability, honesty, and love. And when that trust is broken, it can only be restored through the hard work of forgiveness and the genuine desire to make things right. Ana and Diego's tale asks us to reflect on human nature itself, with all its virtues and its flaws. It invites us to look closely at our own lives, to confront the moments when we may have faltered, and to find the strength to rise above those mistakes. It urges us to embrace the vulnerability that comes with love, knowing that with it comes the risk of pain but also the potential for immense growth and connection. And it reminds us that, even in the most difficult moments, when the future feels uncertain and the road ahead seems impossibly long, there is always the possibility for redemption, healing, and renewed love. In the end, Ana and Diego's story is not just theirs, it belongs to all of us. It speaks to the universal human experience of navigating love, loss, betrayal, and reconciliation. It teaches us that no relationship is without its challenges, but that true love is not about avoiding those challenges. Instead, it's about facing them head-on, together, with the knowledge that even the most broken things can be mended, and that love, when nurtured and cared for, can endure even the darkest of days. Their story leaves us with a powerful message, that love, loyalty, and forgiveness are not abstract ideals, but living, breathing forces that can shape our lives and our relationships. It challenges us to be better, to love more deeply, forgive more fully, and commit more completely to those we hold dear. And in doing so, it offers us the hope that, like Ana and Diego, we too can find light in the darkness, and build something beautiful out of the broken pieces. Forgiveness, as Ana and Diego's story so powerfully reveals, is not an act of surrender or weakness. Instead, it stands as one of the most courageous choices a person can make. It requires strength to face the pain head-on, to sit with the heartbreak, and yet still choose to release the chains of anger and resentment. Forgiveness doesn't come easily. It's not about forgetting or dismissing the wounds inflicted. Rather, it's about freeing oneself from the grip of bitterness, making room for healing, and allowing the possibility of a better future to take root. It is an act of profound bravery to offer someone the chance to redeem themselves after they've faltered, and Ana exemplified this strength. Through her pain, she found the power to forgive, understanding that forgiveness wasn't just for Diego but for her own peace of mind. Their story invites us to rethink the very nature of love. So often, love is portrayed as a flawless, fairy tale-like emotion that magically endures without effort or hardship. But Ana and Diego show us that real love is anything but easy. It is not a fantasy, but a constant choice. Love, they learned, is not defined by the absence of conflict or struggle, but by the willingness to stay committed through those difficult times. Their journey makes it clear that love is a daily act of choosing to walk side by side with another person, despite their imperfections. It's about weathering the storms together, not turning away at the first sign of trouble. True love involves navigating both joy and pain, building a shared life that acknowledges the flaws in both people and works toward mutual growth. This reflection on love also shines a light on loyalty. Not the kind of loyalty that comes easily when everything is perfect, but the loyalty that is tested by adversity. Ana and Diego remind us that loyalty is not just a one-time promise made at the altar. It's a commitment that must be renewed continuously. It's about resisting temptation when it's easier to give in, staying faithful even when doubt lingers, and making the conscious decision to honor your bond with another person. Diego's moment of betrayal, followed by his deep regret, demonstrated that loyalty can be fragile, but it can also be rebuilt through effort, honesty, and a sincere desire to change. His journey back to Ana was not immediate. It required humility, patience, and the willingness to face the consequences of his actions. But through his perseverance, they both found that loyalty, once broken, can be mended if both parties are willing to put in the work. Their path to redemption was neither simple nor straightforward. They both struggled, Ana with the burden of trust shattered, and Diego with the weight of guilt that constantly gnawed at him. The shadow of betrayal loomed large over them, threatening to undo any progress they made toward healing. Yet, they pressed forward. With every tearful conversation, every painful truth revealed in therapy, they laid the groundwork for a new beginning. The rebuilding of their relationship was not about returning to what they once had. It was about creating something entirely new. They knew they could never go back to the innocence of the past, but they could forge a future grounded in honesty, mutual respect, and a deeper understanding of what it means to truly love another person. The path to healing was long, marked by countless setbacks and moments of doubt. Ana struggled to trust again. Every small action from Diego brought back memories of his infidelity. Diego, on the other hand, had to continually prove himself, not just to Ana but to himself. He had to rebuild the man he wanted to be, the man who could be worthy of Ana's forgiveness and love. And though it wasn't easy, their persistence paid off. Slowly but surely, they began to rediscover each other, not as the perfect partners they once thought they were, but as two flawed human beings committed to growth. Through this journey, Ana and Diego found that love is not just a feeling of happiness or comfort. It is something that requires effort, understanding, and a willingness to grow together. They learned that true happiness in a relationship doesn't come from a lack of conflict, but from the ability to work through it together. The cracks in their marriage, while painful, allowed them to rebuild with stronger, more resilient foundations. Their love was no longer the naive, fairy tale romance of their early days. It was something far more powerful, a love forged in the fires of hardship, tempered by forgiveness, and strengthened by the resolve to move forward together. As time passed, the scars of their past remained, but they no longer defined them. These scars became reminders of the journey they had been on, of the trials they had overcome, and of the depth of their love. They embraced the imperfections in themselves and each other, realizing that it was precisely these flaws that had made their love real. Their relationship, once fractured by betrayal, had become a testament to the power of redemption, the resilience of the human spirit, and the capacity of the heart to heal. Ana and Diego's story is a powerful reflection on the values that sustain relationships: love, loyalty, forgiveness, and perseverance. It challenges us to look beyond the surface of love and see it for what it truly is: a commitment, a daily choice to stand by someone through thick and thin. Their journey through betrayal and redemption reminds us that love is not a passive emotion but an active, ongoing process of growth and learning. It shows us that, even when trust is broken, with enough dedication and effort, it is possible to rebuild. In a world filled with uncertainty, where change is constant and relationships are tested in ways we can't always predict, Ana and Diego's story serves as a beacon of hope. It shows us that love is not about perfection or avoiding mistakes. It's about how we rise after we fall. Their story invites us to find light in the darkest times, to seek hope even when despair threatens to overwhelm us, and to recognize that love is not something that simply happens. It is something we must work for, fight for, and cherish every day. And now, dear friend, having been touched by this moving journey of love, forgiveness, and renewal, there's a special invitation for you. You've been a part of this story, one that delves deep into the human heart, explores the complexities of relationships, and uncovers the profound wisdom that comes from enduring life's most difficult challenges. If you found inspiration in Ana and Diego's story, if you felt the weight of their struggles and the triumph of their redemption, I invite you to join our community. By subscribing, you'll gain access to a treasure trove of stories that touch the soul, practical advice that can help you navigate your own life's journey, and reflections that challenge you to think deeply about the world around you. Don't miss this opportunity to become part of a community that values growth, wisdom, and connection. If this story has resonated with you, please leave a like and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your support means more than you know, and it allows us to continue sharing these powerful messages of love, forgiveness, and human resilience. Thank you for being with us, and we look forward to continuing this journey together. Additionally, why not invite your friends to embark on this journey of reflection and growth alongside you? Share this content with them, allowing them to experience the beauty and depth of stories that not only inspire but also encourage meaningful introspection. Together, we can cultivate a space where learning, growth, and connection flourish. Join us today and become part of this beautiful adventure, a journey toward understanding, wisdom, and personal transformation. As Ana and Diego embarked on their difficult path to rebuild the trust and love they had once shared, they faced countless moments of doubt, fear, and overwhelming uncertainty. There were times when the weight of their emotions seemed too much to bear, when the pain of their past threatened to unravel all they were trying to rebuild. But with each step they took, with each hard conversation and moment of vulnerability, they reaffirmed their commitment to one another. They began to realize that true love is not defined by the absence of struggles, but rather by the strength that emerges from overcoming them together. In every relationship, there are moments when the foundation feels unstable, when trust is tested, communication falters, and the future seems clouded by uncertainty. Ana and Diego had felt the sharp edge of this reality, but even in their darkest moments, they clung to the belief that their love was worth fighting for. They understood that no relationship is immune to hardship, but they also knew that the key to moving forward lay in forgiveness, a gift that, though difficult, is necessary for healing. Forgiveness, they discovered, allows the heart to release the burden of bitterness and resentment, creating space for hope, compassion, and renewal to take root once more. With time, Ana came to realize that forgiveness was not just for Diego's sake, but for her own well-being. She understood that holding on to the pain and betrayal would only keep her trapped in the past, unable to fully embrace the joy and love that still existed between them. Forgiving Diego wasn't about excusing his actions. It was about choosing to let go of the anger that was holding her captive. By releasing that hurt, Ana allowed herself to heal, to breathe, and to rediscover the beauty of their shared life. On the other hand, Diego's journey was one of deep introspection and growth. He came to understand the gravity of his actions and the profound consequences they had on Ana and their relationship. The guilt he carried was heavy, but it became a catalyst for change. Diego made a solemn vow to never take Ana's trust for granted again. He recognized that loyalty was not just about words spoken in moments of love, but about making choices each and every day that reflected the depth of his commitment. He knew that rebuilding trust would take time, and he was determined to earn Ana's faith in him once more through his actions, not just his promises. As they walked this path of forgiveness and redemption together, Ana and Diego began to see their relationship in a new light. The struggles they had faced, rather than breaking them, had given them a deeper appreciation for one another. They found that the hardships they endured did not weaken their bond, but instead made it stronger. Through their shared pain, they uncovered a love that was not based on perfection, but on perseverance, a love that acknowledged flaws and mistakes, yet chose to move forward together. In rebuilding their marriage, Ana and Diego also realized the importance of vulnerability. They learned that true intimacy is born not from the absence of conflict, but from the willingness to be open and honest, even when it's uncomfortable. It was through their raw, sometimes painful conversations that they were able to rebuild trust. They began to create a new foundation for their marriage, one built on honesty, mutual respect, and a deeper understanding of each other's hearts. Their story is a testament to the power of love, forgiveness, and the human spirit's ability to rise from the ashes of betrayal. Ana and Diego's journey shows us that, while love may not always be easy, it is always worth the effort. The road to healing and redemption is long, and there will be moments of doubt, but with commitment, patience, and an open heart, even the deepest wounds can heal. Their story invites us to reflect on our own relationships and the challenges we face. It encourages us to choose forgiveness, even when it feels difficult, and to recognize that love is a constant process of growth and renewal. Just as Ana and Diego found light in their darkest moments, we too can find hope and healing in our own lives, if we are willing to put in the work and open ourselves to the possibility of change. And now, as you've walked with Ana and Diego through their journey of rediscovery and redemption, why not share this experience with your friends? Invite them to join you in this space where stories like theirs inspire, teach, and move us. Let them witness the beauty of resilience, the strength of forgiveness, and the transformative power of love. Together, we can create a community that learns, grows, and supports one another on this incredible adventure of life. So, join us today and be a part of something meaningful. Subscribe to access more stories that touch the heart, offer wisdom, and provide guidance through life's most challenging moments. If this story has touched you, leave a like and share your thoughts below. Your support helps us continue sharing these messages of hope, love, and redemption. And don't forget, invite your friends along for the ride. After all, the beauty of these stories is best experienced together. Together, Ana and Diego began the arduous but transformative process of rebuilding their relationship on an entirely new foundation, one that had been forged in the fires of betrayal and hurt but emerged stronger, more resilient, and unshakable. In the beginning, the path ahead seemed daunting, marked by uncertainty and lingering doubts. But with each step, they chose to walk forward together, arm in arm, fueled by a deep desire to heal and rediscover one another. They had learned, through their painful experiences, that true love is not the absence of conflict or hardship, but the ability to rise above those challenges with renewed commitment and a deeper understanding of what it means to truly love someone. The key to their newfound strength lay in their ability to communicate openly, something that had been lacking before. No longer did they shy away from difficult conversations or keep their vulnerabilities hidden from one another. Instead, they faced their fears head-on, speaking with honesty about their doubts, insecurities, and hopes for the future. This vulnerability allowed them to tear down the walls they had unknowingly built between them and replace them with bridges of trust and understanding. They realized that sharing their innermost thoughts, not just their dreams and ambitions but also their fears and uncertainties, was the path to genuine intimacy and connection. Through this openness, Ana and Diego discovered a depth in their relationship that they had never experienced before. Their love, once fragile and easily shaken by life's challenges, became something more profound and enduring. The trials they had faced together, betrayal, heartache, guilt, had not weakened them but had made their bond even stronger. In the crucible of their shared suffering, they found a new kind of love, one that was not built on the illusion of perfection but on the reality of human flaws and the strength to forgive and grow together. Ana and Diego's story is a powerful reminder that even in the face of deep betrayal, love can endure and even thrive. Their journey shows us that forgiveness is not about erasing the past or pretending the pain never happened. It is about choosing to move forward, to embrace the opportunity for healing, and to rebuild with a renewed sense of trust and faith in one another. Forgiveness, they learned, was the key to unlocking a future free from the bitterness and resentment that could have consumed them. It allowed them to let go of the weight of the past and focus on creating a future that was filled with hope, love, and mutual respect. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. As time passed, Ana found it within herself to forgive Diego, not because the pain he had caused had vanished, but because she recognized that holding on to that pain would only keep her trapped in a cycle of hurt. She understood that forgiveness was not a gift to Diego alone but a gift to herself, one that allowed her to heal and move forward. By releasing the anger and resentment, she created space for new possibilities, for the love between them to grow once again. In choosing forgiveness, Ana chose freedom from the past, from her own pain, and from the bitterness that had threatened to overshadow her future. For Diego, the journey was one of deep reflection and self-discovery. He had to confront the reality of his actions, understanding that his betrayal had caused immense harm, not only to Anna but to himself as well. The guilt he carried was a heavy burden, but it was also a catalyst for change. He vowed to earn back Anna's trust, not through grand gestures but through the consistent actions of a man who had learned the true meaning of loyalty. Diego understood that loyalty was not a one-time promise. It was a daily commitment to honor their love and to make choices that reflected that commitment every single day. His journey was one of redemption, not just in Anna's eyes but in his own, as he worked to become the man he knew he could be. As they looked to the future, Anna and Diego knew that life would continue to throw challenges their way. They understood that their journey was not over, and that their love would be tested again, as all relationships are. But this time they were prepared. They had faced the darkness together and emerged not as the same people they once were, but as stronger, wiser versions of themselves. Their love, having been tested by fire, had emerged with a beauty that only comes from surviving hardship. It was no longer the naive love of their youth, but a mature, resilient love, one that could weather any storm that came their way. Their story is not just about overcoming betrayal. It is about the transformative power of love, loyalty, and redemption. It reminds us that relationships are not defined by the absence of conflict, but by how we choose to navigate those conflicts. Anna and Diego's journey is a testament to the idea that love is not static. It evolves, it deepens, and it becomes something even more profound when nurtured through patience, forgiveness, and unwavering commitment. They showed us that, even in the most difficult moments, when trust has been broken and the future seems uncertain, love can be rebuilt. With time, effort, and a willingness to be vulnerable, love can emerge stronger and more beautiful than before. Their story invites us to reflect on our own relationships and the challenges we face in life. It teaches us that love is not about finding perfection in another person, but about choosing to stand by them, flaws and all. It encourages us to practice forgiveness, not as an act of weakness, but as an act of strength. Strength to move forward, to heal, and to embrace the possibility of renewal. Anna and Diego remind us that love, when nurtured with patience and resilience, can endure even the darkest of days. And now, dear friends, as we contemplate the powerful lessons from Anna and Diego's journey, let us take these truths to heart. Love, in all its complexity and beauty, is a journey that requires patience, grace, forgiveness, and unwavering commitment. Let their story inspire you to face the challenges in your own relationships with courage, to forgive with an open heart, and to trust in the strength of love's transformative power. Why not invite your friends to join you on this path of reflection and growth? Share this content with them, and let them discover the beauty and depth of stories that inspire and challenge us to think more deeply about our own lives. Together, we can build a community of learning, growth, and connection, where stories like Anna and Diego's remind us of the power of love, resilience, and forgiveness. Join us today in this beautiful adventure, and let's continue sharing stories that touch the heart, offer wisdom, and create meaningful connections. Now that you've followed Anna and Diego through their heartbreaking yet inspiring journey, what have you learned so far? What is one thing from their story that resonates with you and that you will bring into practice in your own life? We'd love to hear your thoughts, so please comment below and share your reflections. If you like this video, don't forget to leave your comment, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more stories that touch the heart, offer wisdom, and inspire personal growth. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to hearing from you.